Hello everybody, this is Astocky here and welcome to something just a little bit different tonight. Now this is something I'm considering doing as not as a full up let's play like I've been doing with the Astocky pack or with Portal 2, or like I'm going to continue this week with XCOM 2012. This is going to be something that I'm going to play every now and then. I'm looking for something to kind of do a bit of, not filler on my channel, but something that I want to play when I'm feeling a little bit bored of playing some really, I guess when I get bored of playing really modded Minecraft, I'm looking for something different. And I was thinking of doing some vanilla, but instead, this is just a world that I have just created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate this world with a new name, and I'm going to call it so I guess from the title you can probably tell what it is that I've done. I've decided to check out Better Than Wolves. I've been watching a little bit of the, I guess the gameplay of it on some Let's Plays on YouTube, and I thought this looks pretty cool, so I'm going to check it out myself. There's the seed for those of you that might be interested in maybe playing along. Now it's really easy to install. Now we don't have this as part of the Astocky team launcher because it's so easy to install, and I'm not sure how popular it's going to be because it's basically not compatible with any other mods. But what I've done is you basically just install ModLoader into the Minecraft jar, really easy, and then you install Better Than Wolves just straight in. Now I've also taken the config file, which is an optional setting, and put it in, and so I'm playing this with all of the Better Than Wolf config options. So there's quite a number of them. Hardcore buckets is one of them, and what that basically means is you can't transport water source blocks. Hardcore spawn, which means anytime you die it randomly scatters you around the map, so you pretty much have to start over, make a compass to find your way back to where you started, which is really cool. Another thing is there's no beds, so you can't sleep your way through the night, so you've got to kind of keep playing, and I think all those things add up to a really cool difference from normal play that I've been doing, and also something quite challenging. So I'm going to build the terrain here, and it's not going to be a surprise to me because I know that I end up in this nice big plains kind of area next to a jungle. Now I'm just going to check the settings, check what the settings I've got. That all looks alright. Fancy far. Now there's no Optifine. Optifine is not compatible with Better Than Wolves, so it does occasionally lag a little bit. It's not really too bad, which is good. But you know, this is Minecraft, so part of the reason I like this spawn is it has a huge flat plain area, which is going to be really good for building on. Lots of sheep, although I'll show you in a minute what's changed about sheep with Better Than Wolves. I thought I had seen some cows around here. Oh, there we go. Yep. So there's my zoom key doesn't work. There's some cows. Oh, ocelot. Yeah, there's a jungle. Oh wow, there's some reeds. So I mean, I've only had a quick play around with this, but I just really like this starting area. So some other things that have changed. The F3, you can see, gives you the standard options there. There is no improved F3, so there's no option to actually. I wonder what happens if I go video settings and change this to I have no VSync option. Okay, that's fine. That must be an Optifine thing as well. But I'm going to get started by punching wood like you always have to in Minecraft. And like I said, this is straight on top of vanilla, so it adds a whole lot of mod items, and that actually reminds me, I'm going to do one thing here. Now NEI and those kind of mods are not compatible because this is a non-forge mod, but Risugami's recipe book, who's the maker of ModLoader, is compatible. So I thought I would just spawn one of those in, so when I'm making certain things I can just bring up the book and show you guys the recipe. I thought that'd be a good way to kind of show you, particularly those of you who haven't seen this before and would like to check it out. Like I said, super easy to install. And once you've installed ModLoader and Better Than Wolves, you just go to the mods folder and you can just drop the recipe book straight in and use that as well. So I'll put a link in the description to each of the different things that I've got that I'm using. And like I said, feel free to check it out. I certainly intend to have a bit of fun with this. And I'm not sure how long this video is going to be today. There's quite a lot of things that you really need to have to get going, but I mean, standard Minecraft thing. let's start with the basics. Here looks good. So that's not going to work for me. Let's start axing our way through the world, and then we'll do some digging as well. So I sort of, it's a bit crazy, but I sort of enjoy the challenge sometimes of not having Tree Capitator or those kind of mods installed. I was actually seriously considering not putting it in the Astocky pack this time around, just to, I guess, make people think of new and sort of different inventive ways to actually get wood. Whoops. Bunch of sugarcane. I'm going to want to replant that, so this is part of the reason why one of the first things I made was a shovel. Now, like I said, because Hardcore Buckets is installed, even once you have a bucket, you can't move water source blocks. So you pretty much have to do everything by, like, I think they call it aqueducting, where you basically do everything by working out where water flows are, where you want the water to go, and then kind of directing it in the appropriate direction to give you what you want. So, like I said, really cool stuff. I really enjoy. It's quite a different challenge. So, I'm surprised that sugarcane planted there. Anyway, should have enough. No, 7 pieces of wood. That should be enough to get started with. And one of the first things I want to try and do is trap some cows. So I don't want them going anywhere. There you go. So he's going to stay just there, and I'll bring him a friend a bit later on. So for now, let's just pretty typical. We have already hit stone, so definitely going to need to make a pick. Did not work for me at all. There's definitely some things that I'm going to miss though playing this, things like inventory tweaks, but I think I'll pretty quickly get over that anyway. Because like I said, I think this is one of those things where I'm going to enjoy the challenge as much as I enjoy normally showing off the mods and doing all the different kinds of things with the mods. This is like back to vanilla. But there are a lot of changes, and the first I'm going to show you very, very soon. So you might wonder why the first stone tool I'm making is a hoe. Now, something that you need before you can get very far in this at all is hemp seeds, because you're going to need to use hemp to make like a certain kind of canvas. And the reason I'm using this is because you can punch grass and break it, but if you hit it with a hoe, it actually increases your chance of getting hemp seeds as opposed to just getting regular seeds or getting nothing. And the better the quality of your hoe is, so you know, stone better than wood, iron better than stone, those kinds of things, actually changes the drop rate for those items. So because hemp is just so important, I'm actually going to come over here right now and plant this hemp up. So the next thing I'm going to, I guess, talk about is the fact that bone meal does not work anything like it does in vanilla. So you can't just get some bones, make some bone meal, and then seed. Yeah, so you can't just get bones, make bone meal, whack it on there and insta-grow the plants. Now, I think I said I don't like the way bone meal is being implemented in the new Minecraft. I think they're nerfing it down, so to grow 1 piece of wheat takes 7 bone meal is just crazy. I much prefer the way that it's been implemented here, which hopefully I'll find some skeletons soon and show you. Particularly the fact that I can't sleep tonight, I think will encourage me to do a better job with it. Now this hemp is a multi-stage plant, It grows 3 blocks tall, I think, maybe 2 blocks tall. Either way, it grows taller than standard wheat, and when you break it you get seeds and that kind of stuff. So it is, I guess it's a bit of an endeavour sometimes to get started with it, and that's part of the reason why, by getting a bit of a hemp farm going right now, I'm going to potentially save myself the trouble of having to do it later. Now the next thing I might try and do is see if I can get a bit of a wheat farm started. Because again, without the ability to use bone meal on your first night, farming these kinds of things early is pretty important. So, trying to work out where our water source is. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, that's close enough. From here we can go 1, 2. Yeah, I think I can do all this as well. I guess we'll know in a second anyway. So I'm going to save those top 2 rows for hemp. Like I said, it's just that important that you really need a lot of it. And then I'll try and plant some more of this here, and hopefully that'll grow anyway. And so while that's happening, time to come over here and make some better tools. So it's, I guess, I'm going to show you through all the recipes, and I'm not going to do this like a tutorial, but I am going to make sure that I cover enough of the basics of how this works so that you guys who haven't played it before can see, and you guys can also get an idea of whether this is something that you'd like to try out yourselves. Like I said, if you're getting to think that, you know, modded gameplay is fun, but you're looking for a bit of a different challenge, this could definitely add that for you. Like I said, there's no minimap, there's no inventory tweaks, there's no anything in this. This is basically just vanilla all over again, but with a whole lot of things changed to make it even harder. So for those of you who might say, well, you know, I kind of got bored of vanilla because it was just too easy, yeah, not going to have that problem with this. This is going to, I guess, really challenge the people who think they're excellent Minecrafters and maybe aren't. In actual fact, I found myself in just doing a little bit of a quick play of this to see if it was something I liked. I found myself back to the point where I was really struggling to survive and almost scared of creepers again. Like, you know, it's just going dark now, and it's getting to the point where, look, I'm 4 hunger bars down, all I have is an apple. So, you know, I'm not going to be able to heal this whole night, and all the best I can hope to do is not die. So that's a pretty cool thing. Now the next thing that it's changed is, and hopefully I can get some of this without having to run, because I don't want to sprint anymore. It has made sheep not so useless. It has added mutton. And mutton is not as good as steak as a food, but certainly when you have a lot of sheep like I have in the spawn area, and you don't need a huge amount of wool, because like I said, right, certainly at the start, you know, you can't make beds. Well, you can make beds, but you can't sleep in beds, so they're worse than useless because they're a waste of resources. Let's see how we're going. Without sprinting I can't make it, darn it. That can be a good mob trap. Oh, skeleton, I really want his bones. Come on, drop 2 bones. Come on, do it, do it, do it. 1 bone. Notice, you can't put the bone in and make bone meal either. That's probably like the next thing that I think is a pretty big change in how this works. Let's take all of these inside, because like I said, nighttime, back to being scary. You know, I'm low on food, I'm hungry. It's dark. Actually, I can fix dark. Yeah, there's no minimap, so you know, getting lost is a pretty permanent thing. Where were we? That's the right block. Cool. Time to make a house. And that's right, I'm back to living in an underground hovel because that's just the easiest. And I don't think there's anything really wrong with living in a hovel anyway. So, 4 mutton. Let's cook that up. Now we need a door to keep out our unwanted guests. Excellent. House. Now this game is, I call it a game because it's such a, I guess it's such a full-on in-depth mod. Basically this system is set up so there are different technological tiers. So basically the way it plays is that you start off, I guess you'd call it at tier 0, where you don't really have anything, and the first tier is like kind of, you know, the age of sort of really simple, no machines, and that's, you know, furnace, crafting table, that kind of stuff. And then the way you kind of get to the next level is you have to farm hemp and use the hemp to make fabric and cloth, and then use that fabric and cloth to make a windmill, and then that gives you basically continuous mechanical power. And once you have that continuous mechanical power, you can start to make a whole lot of different sorts of machines using like axles and gearbox and transferring the power to basically give you, well, to give you the ability to harness that fantastic power that you've just, you know, struggled to generate and make cool things with it. So let's say thank you for our sheep. So yeah, I think a piece of mutton cooked is about as good as bread. So it's not actually that good, but it's still good enough. Now this is, again, it's one of those things where, because I've got hardcore spawn, which is I think on by default as soon as you put the config in, lots of the things that generally matter in Minecraft just aren't going to matter in the slightest. I'm going to hang on to that recipe book, and if at any stage I lose it, I'll just respawn it. So like I said, I've got a bone but can't use it. Oh wow, an enchanted bow of power 2. That is an incredibly good start. I had sort of no expectation that anything like that would happen. Put that wood plank in there. Let's grab some sappers and burn it. Ah, I meant to burn my pick. Oh, never mind. I don't need those saplings anyway. So now basically what I'm going to do is do something I have not done in a long time. Holy crap, I just about shat myself. There is every possibility, I mean I'm playing on normal, there is every possibility that at that range a creeper explosion would have killed me, and death at this point would have been, I don't know where I would have ended up. It would have been just starting over in a whole new area, because I just wouldn't have been at the point where it would have been worth to come back here. Whew. Just gotta take a bit of a breather now. Hopefully what I can do is open that door and just give him a couple of taps on the head with my sword while keeping the door closed. Hey, you. Like I said, I was planning on blocking this off to stop that from happening. Ah, excellent. Okay, see, I still want to keep it, no, I still want the ability to know whether it's daytime or not. So that's not going to work for me, but thankfully I'm pretty sure, yeah, no mobs can get through there and I can still see the sky. So that's perfect. what I'm going to do now is dig down for a little while, and after I've dug down for a while, I'm going to basically just dig a mine shaft almost straight down, not directly straight down because obviously that's crazy. So I'm going to do like a double block mining technique. I don't actually know what it's called, I have no real name for it, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to need more picks, and that means I'm going to need, oh no, I've got enough sticks to make one more pick. Probably not going to have enough torches to do anything super useful, and I'm definitely not going to have enough ladders. Well, I have no ladders, and I definitely don't have enough wood to make those kinds of ladders that I'm going to need to do anything really useful. But I'm just going to pause the video, do a bit more mining, and I'll come back in a second once it's either morning or I get to the point where I'm feeling pretty comfortable and ready to dig down. Back in a minute. Okay guys, so what I've done is I counted it out, it's about 20 blocks, and then I get to here. So this is basically the point where from here I'm going to go straight down, ladders on the inside, sort of torches on the outside, and then I'm basically going to dig that mine shaft down to bedrock, and then once I get down to bedrock I should be right to come back up just a touch from bedrock. How did I miss that? Yeah, I should be, oh, that was my last block I placed, I think. I should be right to come back up from bedrock just a touch to sorry about that, slightly distracted. Yeah, I should be right to come back up from bedrock to just get to a height of about 10, which is what I think I'm aiming for. So now hopefully grab all those cocoa beans. So that's another, it's going to be pretty much a staple food group I think for me. So I'm going to need lots of jungle wood to plant those cocoa beans out. Jungle sapling, that's cool. I want to try and plant as many oak saplings as I can. Ooh, cow, okay. Just so we're clear, cow. Don't go anywhere. Excellent. So we have all these leaves that aren't decaying because they're too close to other trees, but I don't really want to endeavour to cut down that giant massive tree at the moment. Hopefully I'm up tall enough now. Getting stuck in the vines. Okay, so I should have enough wood now. I'm basically ready now to make my first machine. You can see I've got quite a long way before any of that stuff grows, because it doesn't even look like growing at the moment. Now that red thing there is an experience ball. I think they're called dragon orbs or something like that. Basically what this mod allows you to do is it allows you to add passive ways to kill mobs, and then you can use special techniques to actually harvest the stuff that they give you. And I think that's really cool. But back down we go to our house. We're going to start with our very first mod item for this mod. I'll see how we go like this. Basically the first thing we need to make is gears. So there's sticks around the outside and a piece of wood in the center, and that gives me 2 gears. Now while I'm making those gears, I need to cook up I need to cook up at least 1 piece of coal, because now that I have the gears I now need to get myself sticks. Oh wow, it's starting to get dark already I think. Oh, it's not too bad. Yeah, I need to get sticks and cobblestone and then use those gears, and then I need a second machine that uses smooth stone. This is going to be my little cocoa bean plantation. So I need to make use of those smooth stone. Getting so distracted. Yes, I need to cook up smooth stone. I'm going to start with cooking up smooth stone and using gears, and then once that's done, we'll get to the rest. So while that's cooking up, I'm sure when I was testing out, I saw there was another little cave system over this way, somewhere over here. Oh, okay, sheep found it. Excellent. Hopefully it's a bit... creeper again. Just going to say, hopefully it's a really big cave, but it looks in fact like it's not. And the creeper destroyed my torches too. Darn mob griefing rule. But this is excellent anyway, because, oh wow, good supply of iron. Now there are no macerators, there are no really anything in this mod that allows you to double your ores. So I'm going to basically smelt them up as soon as I find them. I thought I saw some more on the way in. Maybe I was just a bit... maybe I was a bit off. Okay, one broken pick. So I've got 5 iron. That's going to be a good start for me anyway. That'll at least let me make an iron pick, so that I can get to work on making some better tools. I think I saw over here as well some birch logs, was it? Yeah, there they are. So there's different kinds of birch next to the jungle, so I've got access to all the different types of wood. Well, look at that, still nothing. Ha! Totally remember what I was going to do now. Plant sugarcane. I was going to say I'm in desperate need of food, but thankfully, mutton to the rescue. And then hopefully we are at the point where I can make our first machine. Excellent. Okay, so the way this first machine works is you place a gear at the bottom, and then you place smooth stone all around it, and you get a millstone. Now this machine, you basically put items in there, and then you grind them up. But you need something to kind of grind them with, and that's where this next machine comes in, which takes 2 sticks, 2 cobble, and a gear, and it's a hand crank. So you basically place the hand crank touching this machine, you click it, and it grinds and then stops. So, like I said, lots of changes from vanilla. You can no longer make bone meal in your inventory. You need to. You can see that this little cogwheel is filling up. That means it's working. So it's just about half. Just over 3/4. Oh, I thought it was done then. There we go. And when it gets done, you see the bone meal just popped out the side. And now I can show you how bone meal works. So, don't appreciate that sheep being near my farm, so just die and give me your meat. So, watch the texture of the block on the ground. When I right click on it, you can see I get those little white dots on it. That means the ground has been fertilized. So, now that the fertilizer is on that particular piece of ground, it will actually grow not twice as fast or anything like that, but it does grow substantially faster than not having it at all. And pretty much anything that helps is a real blessing. So what I'm going to do here is again just try and find a little bit more hemp. Nothing. Okay, well, I'm going to go smelt my iron, hopefully. What have I got to smelt it with? Not much, in fact. Oops. Clicking away for nothing. Going to plant some of these oak saplings up the top. Wow, it really is almost dark now. So this is, I guess, I now have mechanical power. You know, I am the master of power. But I don't have very much else. I've got 2 cows in holes. I have no wheat to breed them or to lure them. I'm in the process of getting myself, you know, lots of wheat and lots of hemp, but quite a ways off that actually happening. So, I mean, you can see it's pretty clear that the progression in this takes quite a long time as compared with vanilla. And like I said, I think, well, I guess not with vanilla. No, yeah, with vanilla, because I mean, if this was vanilla, I'd have a heap of wheat by now. I'd have 3 pieces of wheat. I'd have lured the cows together. You know, I would have bred them. You know, I would have had a renewable source of steak. So there would have been, you know, lots of good things happening that really just aren't happening because of the changes that have been made. And I, for one, like them. I think the system is really makes you think. And some of you might not like those changes and the fact that they make you think. But yeah, personally, I think they're great. Some more sticks. Now, I did want to get myself a bunch of ladders before I head back down. Ah, darn it. Typical, always running around in the dark. Well, I guess if we have to run around in the dark, let's do it properly. Bouncing around like a fool. Okay. It's not going to provide really any light for you guys watching, but at least it's going to provide lots and lots and lots of wood for me. So I'm going to call this an end to the very first video of this. Hopefully I'll get around to doing another one, maybe not tomorrow, but I'd definitely like to think I can get another one out this week. Like I said, I really want to concentrate on my kind of key videos that I've been making, my Portal 2 and my Astocky pack, and also my XCOM. But yeah, certainly this is going to be something that I'm going to do whenever I can. I'm probably going to do a fair bit of this kind of harvesting and stuff off camera, and there's going to be, certainly early on anyway, lots and lots of waiting for hemp to grow. And that's boring even for me, so that's not something I intend to film. So I'm going to not, I guess after this little episode here, I'm not intending to film me cutting down jungle trees. I'm not intending to film any of this stuff. Where's my dirt? Let's bottle up this door so no one can get in. Perfect. So yeah, I guess when you guys come back, I will have had a ladder shaft right down to bedrock and should be ready to go. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Astocky out. Okay guys, I guess just a really quick addendum to the last video. I decided to show you this, I guess, 2-block mining technique just so you guys know I'm not digging straight down. Basically, I dig down 3 blocks on one side. Once I know it's safe, I drop down. Then I dig back up the other side. And that looks like a piece of gravel. It is. And basically what I'm doing is just filling in all the gravel so I have a nice solid surface. And then I'm going to build ladders all the way up so that I have a way of getting up. And quite a quick way of getting down as well. So this is pretty much what I'm doing. And like I said, I will see you at the start of the next episode where hopefully I'm at the bottom and I might even have something good to show you guys if I've had an opportunity to do any kind of mining. So again, thanks for watching. Let me know if you'd like to see this as a regular thing or just a kind of once in a while. Yeah, post some comments. I always enjoy having comments and getting some feedback from you guys about what you'd like to see. Particularly people who've played this mod before and might know more about it than me. I'd be really interested to hear from you guys about, I guess, whether I'm starting off doing things in the right order. I know that very soon I'm going to need to get wolves and process wolves to make wolf poo. But yeah, other than that, I don't really know a huge amount about the kind of way to get started. All I know is, like I said, I've watched an LP video and I've seen somebody else do it, and I've kind of thought, well, if I was doing this, I would do that just a little bit differently. But I guess we'll see how things go. So again, thanks for watching. Astocky out.